Hello guys, what's going on? It's Michael and I'm here with episode 24 of Heavy Rain. In the last episode, Jaden investigated Paco's office after he was killed by the Origami Killer. Ethan found out that Madison was a journalist but forgave her, and he escaped from the police for the second time and took off in a taxi. Scott and Lauren were knocked out and put in a car by Kramer and escaped, and then Scott went on a one-man rampage in Kramer's mansion and interrogated him. And so we're moving on to this episode. We are now playing as Madison, and this chapter is called and Sheppard. There are no trophies, but let's go ahead and start it up anyway. Let's go speak to the receptionist.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Sheppard's room.
Please sign the visitor's book. Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor. No one ever comes to see her. With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her, you know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
Thank you.
Okay. So, Anne Sheppard is the mother of John Sheppard and his brother. So, it'd be cool to it'd help the investigation by speaking to her. So, I gotta go to room 19. So it should be the next one. Go speak to Anne Sheppard.
Hello, Mrs. Sheppard.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Sheppard,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here...
My name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist. I'd like to ask you some questions about your son.
I don't like this hospital. The food isn't very good, you know.
Try to remember, Mrs. Sheppard. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know. They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
Oh dear.
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
Mrs. Sheppard, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
Oh, this is frustrating.
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Sheppard. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me, can you believe it? In 10 years, never. No one forgets their mother, do they?
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
Oh, this is getting annoying.
Your other son, Mrs. Sheppard, John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? Oh, I have no other son. I never had any children.
I know what happened at Carnaby Square. Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago. We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
She's so... I've forgotten everything. look at this. Oh no, can we not interact with it yet? Oh,
Alright, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here.
what's this?
Did you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours. I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Sheppard. John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son? I only had one son, my little Johnny.
Alright, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here. This woman might be the Origami Killer's mother. Must be some way to get her to remember.
Alright, so you want to look through and you want to keep trying to find the dog. That's the one that you want. You want to make the little origami figure.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max? All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name. But he always wanted his paper dogs Max. It's funny, isn't it?
Alright, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here.
Right, there is actually something you can do outside, and that's you can speak to a woman from the workers, and you can actually remind her with an orchid. So
Does Mrs. Sheppard ever talk about her past?
It's not all very clear to her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest things, though. I suppose if she sees something that reminds her of her past.
Does she get many visitors?
She's been here for 10 years and you're the first.
I'm looking for her other son. He was adopted. I mean, he's probably changed his name. Is there any official documentation on Mrs. Sheppard?
No, there's nothing really. Nothing about her family. I guess if her son was adopted, then she's the only one who could tell you about that. Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past. You might get it to remember.
Thanks for the advice.
you said that twice. Anyway, yeah. So get the orchid from here and take it back to Mrs. Sheppard. What's she even doing, that nurse?
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave.
Oh, sad.
Must have something linked to her son's accident in here. A picture or something.
Maybe if we check her drawers, there might be something there.
Are these your children, Mrs. Sheppard? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them, always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know. I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, And now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Sheppard. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
That's a shame.
His name, Mrs. Sheppard. What was his name?
But I loved him. If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
I think we might be onto something.
Come closer.
It's been quite shocking. Oh, it's really sad, that poor Anne. Alright then, so now playing as Ethan, we're doing the last trial. So, see what this is all about.
The last origami figure. The last trial.
Alright. This is quite weird. Why is the entire room red? And then why is it just white? See what the trial's all about.
The last trial. The last question. Are you prepared to give your life to save your sons? There is a deadly poison in this vial. It will kill you in exactly 60 minutes. If you drink it, you will get the last letters of the address. You will have enough time to save your son and say goodbye to him, but then you will die. You can drink the vial or decide to leave. The choice is yours.
Screw it. May as well take it. Oh, we're gonna have to anyway, because we're completing all the trials. Let's do it. Oscar, get the hell off my feed, man. There's no time to waste, Ethan. You gotta go save Shaun.
The last letters have been sent to your phone.
Finally got it. 852 Theodore Roosevelt Road.
I did what I had to, Shaun. Your dad's coming to save you.
We can do it. We can go save Shaun. Well, that trial was really quick. I think this is where you find out who the Origami Killer is. Well, no, I mean, Jaden finds out who it is. Oh, where Shaun is. Will she get a trophy now? Well, 2 trophies actually, I think. We should get the one for drinking the poison, and 1 for successfully completing all 5 trials. So sacrifice, that's what you get for drinking the phial. And Trial Master, yeah, that's for finishing off all the trials.
We've only got a few more hours left to save Shaun Mars. There has to be a goddamn clue somewhere. It's probably staring me in the face. This kid's gonna die, and I'm going around in circles!
All packed up and ready to go?
What are you talking about?
The investigation's over. We know who did it. We no longer need your services anymore, Norman. So you can ride your files all the way back to Washington. I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
The investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed. Anyway, it's no concern of yours now. You're off the case. So pack up and fuck off.
That's not very nice.
Blake, you are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole.
True that.
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I found the Origami Killer. Everyone's happy. End of story. Have a nice trip back, Norman.
You can shut up. No, don't take the trip to Kane. Jaden, you idiot. He's gonna kill you.
The killer's name is here. Somewhere in this data. I just have to find it. Find it before it's too late.
Oh, one last thing, sir. You should be careful not to overindulge in you-know-what. It can be dangerous. Very dangerous. It'll end up killing you if you're not careful. That would be most unfortunate, sir.
Alright, so let's be quick. Look at our files. So I've already seen all this.
Ari was in record mode when I was fighting with the killer. Perhaps there's something on it.
Mm-hmm. Let's analyze it. What? Not play.
Gold watch. I'm sure I've seen this before somewhere. The watch they give for promotions to lieutenant. The killer is a cop.
Well, that's quite a big lead. So let's stop that one.
The gun the killer left at the Blue Lagoon. Perhaps there's some way of tracing its history.
Maybe. Let's give it an analyze.
Impounded in a police case 5 years ago. The gun is still supposed to be in police custody. Who checked it out? If not a cop.
Ooh.
2 receipts from the same gas station. Might be near the
Maybe.
killer's home.
Can you analyze this?
The killer lives in this zone. 342 people live around there. Not good enough. Gotta find a means of identifying the killer more precisely.
It's quite a lead though.
Looks like the killer is a cop. Carter Blake! That would explain the dead-end investigation and his desire to frame Ethan Mars.
I think we should investigate further. We're Especially if you could just do that and find out who it was. But we're gonna geoanalyze it.
A cop. There's only one cop in that geoprofiling zone. Gotcha.
You've got the killer.
He owns a warehouse on the docks. If I'm wrong, Shaun Mars is dead.
Let's go. Give me that look.
If you notice any undetected baggage, please contact the security service.
Damn it, Oscar.
Let me stay with you, Scott. I don't want to go.
Look, it'll only take a couple of days. Long enough to get this resolved.
I can't just wait while you confront my son's killer.
It's the only way, Lauren. Trust me. Now go stay with your mother for a few days, and I'll come and get you when this is all over.
Tell me who the Origami Killer is. I want to know who killed my son.
Listen, when I'm done, I'll tell you everything I know. I promise.
I'm hurrying! I'll be right back!
I'll be back in 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. Okay. So...
Mom's work is too far away. I'd never make it in time.
It's the only thing we can do, really, is to try and get Dad.
John's gonna drown. John's gonna drown. Gotta find someone. The water's still rising. John won't be able to hang on for long. This place is completely deserted. There's no one around to help. Dad, I've gotta get Dad. He's the only one who can save John. Gotta move. Hold on, bro. I'll find someone. Dad, it's John. He fell into a pot. He's
Get out of
drowning.
here, you little pest. Leave me
You
alone.
gotta come, Dad. Come on, John's gonna die. John's gonna
Well,
die.
that'll be one less greedy mouth to feed, won't it? Go away.
Please, Dad, I'm begging you. John's gonna die. John's gonna
What
die,
did I tell
Dad.
ya? Scrap!
Please, Dad. You've got to save John.
Oh no.
I tried, John. I really tried. But he wouldn't come. Please don't die, John. Please. Don't forget about my Scotty.
Scotty. Can't be. Scott. Oh my god. Well, it's like it's Scott who's John's brother. this? Oh, it's the letter. It's that film that we got from Bowles' household. It's the box that we got from Hassan. What about this? It's from Paco's place. That's just cruel. What about this one? I think that's the one from Manfred's shop. Oh my god. Can't believe it was him. That's just sad. Okay, so I think we'll do this one last chapter and then we'll call it a day. I think there are only two more, I mean excluding the epilogue, I think there are only two more things left in the game. Two more chapters. So this is Killer's place. That's a bit to start. Which plays Madison. Oh, and there's Nerds, that's what we got for the Jaden storyline thing.
I should have informed the police. But I have no proof. Just the statement of an old woman who's lost her memory.
Anybody home? Why did you take it out? It isn't hard enough.
You haven't lost your touch, girl.
Still no one home.
The Origami Killer's apartment. There must be something that'll tell me where Shaun Mars is.
Let's have a look around. What's in here?
A cop's uniform. Always trust a cop. That's why children went with him. He was dressed as a cop.
It's hollow. Whoa. It's got a secret room.
Shit, it needs a password.
John, maybe? Nope. Rain. Max? Oh, right one.
Got it. Max. The name John gave to his paper dogs when he was a child. What the hell is that? An address. It's gotta be where Shaun Mars is. Hurry. There's no time to lose.
Gotta go, gotta go. Oh god.
So you found my little secret?
It's over, Scott. All those children killed just to find a father capable of saving his son?
Shut up! You don't understand.
There's one child left. There might still be time to save him. Let him go. Do what your father couldn't do.
Get in there.
Okay, we can't stay in here. Let's take this. Let's try over here. He's smoking. Oh my gosh. The apartment's on fire. Let's go. This is gonna be difficult. Try and move this. Getting pretty sooty. It's a propane tank. Trying to make our way around this office. Okay, we have to try and jump across. Let's try. Well, you know, I guess we could hide in the fridge. Or we might just wreck it. like boring. Also got it's pretty cool. And plus that's what the trophy in this mission is, to survive by hiding in the fridge. I think the trophy's called Cold as Ice or something like that. Go it alone.
I know where Shaun Mars is. No time to call anyone. I'm on my
Ethan
own.
and Jaden already know where to go.
I've got to go there. I just can't wait here while the boy might be dying.
Oh, it's Shaun. And that's the reason why it's like that, why it's Shaun's face, is because all 4 characters are in this last one. So let's see the trophies that we'll end up getting. Cold as Ice, just that one. I'm sure I'll get the rest one later. But, sorry to ruin it for you all, but the finale will come in the next episode. So if you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.